Hey everybody, it's Prince's friend, and I am back with another review for Thursday. I've had a lot of fun doing some Batman-related reviews, so I thought I would triple down on that, and I am bringing you the review for Hollywood Affair by Kim Basinger. Now, during the crafting of the Batman album, Prince and Kim Basinger started seeing each other. It was rumored for a little bit, and then it kind of became kind of a well-known secret. And as Prince does with most of the people who he becomes intimate with, he wants to share his music with them as well, and he invites them to try their hand at music. I saw an interview with Sheila E. where she said that Prince puts everybody on a pedestal and says, you can do this if you want to do it, and if you don't want to do it, then that's okay. Well, just like Sheila E. before her and Maite after her, Kim Basinger put down some vocals on a whole album. It's weird because I usually go to princevault.com to check on a lot of songs, and that's a pretty handy site if you're just interested in who writes stuff and when stuff was made and the individual songs. That's actually part of my research that I do when I do these reviews. But none of these songs are listed there, so you people better get on it. So Prince obviously produced and wrote all of the tracks, but the record was also never officially released. Some say it's because Kim couldn't sing, and no one really wanted it. But I think it's probably because it was just something fun for them to do at the time, and Kim was more serious about acting than she ever was about singing. The songs themselves actually aren't that bad. There's a little bit of issues with length and singing quality, but let's go through them and you be the judge. So the first song is Come On, which us Prince friends know that Prince actually has another song called Come On as well. It opens up with kind of a late 80s New Jack beat and a little Basinger heavy breathing before she jumps into the vocals. It's a good seduction song, telling someone to come on and lie with me. You can hear Prince singing background and in the chorus as well. I think it's a fairly good track, but it doesn't do a ton to draw the listener in, so I don't know if I would have made it the opening track, personally. So this track actually has a nice beat, and it's got a gospel-y sounding chorus, neither of which Kim Basinger seems to be able to really take advantage of. She doesn't actually sound bad or anything, but this song just kind of gets bigger than she is, and that's just what happens when you don't have a powerful singing voice. Again, it's got an 80s beat, but not one like you'd find on any other Prince track, so he often used working with other acts as a way to kind of try stuff out. So I guess he ended up not really liking these kind of beats and took a hard pass on it for his future songs. So I Wanna is about wanting a man just for you. I think this track attempts to make the most use of Kim's sultry voice, but it seems like it's just a tad too fast for her to keep up with. The beat is kind of a generic 80s hip-hop. I'm going to keep saying that again because it's kind of just what ended up happening with a lot of these songs. It even borrows the Ed Lover dance in it, if you remember that. Like, it even uses that in the song, which is just weird. None of this suits Kim Basinger all that well. She doesn't really come off as hip-hop all that often. But we're on track 3, and I hate that I'm just not digging this album as much as I hoped that I would. You can feel that Prince's hand is in play here, but it actually doesn't sound like anything that we know of Prince. It sounds more like he's kind of playing around, or that he's not really putting in a whole lot of effort. He's just kind of making a beat and saying, "Hey Kim, go sing over it." So this is the first track that actually sounds authentically Prince. It starts off with Kim's laugh and a really good rockin' guitar that sounds very good. Then she uses her sultry voice. She sings about a guy who can't keep up with her. And then it seems like it's going in a good direction. I mean, the guitar riff is really nice. And then everything's good for the first 2 minutes or so. But this is a 5-minute song with no changes in tempo, key changes, riff, octave. Nothing changes the whole time. So in the end, this is a song that could have been good, but just ends up dragging along the way. So here we have the first ballad, and this is where I'm expecting Kim to knock it out of the park. Her low, raspy voice should deliver a ballad well, I keep telling myself. And luckily for her, I was actually right. This song is probably the best so far, and her voice isn't perfect, but it's as good as Apollonia's in any kind of ballad that Apollonia 6 did. It's a sweet song too, singing about love at first sight, duh. And becoming enraptured with the other person so much that it overtakes you. This song is a breath of fresh air on this album. And then we go back to the hip-hop beats. Kim's singing is actually kind of intelligible during the verses for Show Me. It's hard to even understand what she's saying. The beat, it makes you want to dance in like an old Kid and Play kind of way. But it's getting to the heart of the issue here. Kim doesn't have a great voice, and it's often drowned out by these funky fresh beats. Lyrically, Show Me is the song more than words, but with a faster dance beat. There's a fun part where she says, "And the name is Basinger," which is funny because there was actually a lot of confusion around this era of her career where people were like, how do you pronounce her last name? Who knows? But this one suffers from the same thing that Too Naughty suffers from, and just that it's too long. It would have been much better if it was like half the duration. Okay, this is driving me insane. This is basically Belle Biv DeVoe, repurposed for Kim Basinger. She attempts to rap, and it's just not great. I'm moving on because I can't really say that there's much to redeem on this track. Musically, this one is indiscernible from the rest, but the lyrics are actually kind of clever. She sees someone she's attracted to and can't form words, so she starts seeing colors, and Kim Basinger kind of saying just words of different colors in her sexy voice is actually effective for the track. It's a cute song too, but I just keep going with just like red, blue, yellow. And it's just like, hold on, that's kind of working for me. Like, take the beat away. Like, I could take an album of just Kim Basinger saying words. So I was hoping that the album would end on a ballad, because it seems like that's really the best place for Kim's voice. And this one actually seems like she must practice a bit before jumping into the booth. It's got some key changes in it. It's kind of a sad song about seeing your relationship is over, but hoping that you can convince the other person to stay with you. It's better than any ballad Prince wrote for Apollonia 6 or Vanity 6, so props. And I actually think that she kind of slayed this song a little bit. I think it's really good. So in conclusion... So as a project between two people with a deep connection, kind of playing around in the studio, I actually think this is top-notch. As a commercially viable album that anyone other than the people closest to it would want to hear over and over, I think it falters quite a bit. The only arguably good tracks are the two ballads, and the others use cliched beats that make you wonder if Prince didn't just let Kim make up her own and just say, hey, go for it, or if he really did them. Most of the songs could have been edited down to about the 3-minute mark instead of the near 5 to 6 minute mark, and I think that would have been a huge improvement. But again, this honestly feels like Prince might have been experimenting with some stuff, and then he found out it wasn't for him, so good on him. So that's my review of Hollywood Affair from Kim Basinger. What did you think of the album? Had you even heard of this album before this video? Let's discuss it in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and favorite us while you're at it. May you live to see the dawn.